Welcome to the Uncommon Transformation television series.
Akwa Ibom ayayaho Siyana barasone ki songe mananye Akwa Ibom ayayaho
You are welcome to Akwa Ibom State, the land of uncommon transformation. Come and join us, live amongst us, and invest, and you will not regret. I welcome you.
According to American publisher Malcolm Forbes, the objectives of education is to replace an empty mind with an open one. And similarly, according to John Dewey, a philosopher, education is not a preparation for life, but life itself. In fact, several other socio-political philosophers readily agree that education is growth. However, this can be achieved through careful planning and commitment to the provision of a sustainable environment that could engender the growth. Because of the strategic importance of education to growth, development, and the sustenance of mankind and society, the United Nations Scientific and Cultural Organization, UNESCO, a special agency of the United Nations, advised governments globally to set aside 26% of their annual budget to the funding of education. From verifiable indices and tangible models, one leader that has placed high premium on education is Governor, Akwa Ibom State, His Excellency Godswill Akpabio CON.
We have set the standard. We started with compulsory free primaries, junior secondary, senior secondary level. We have tripled school enrollment, and we are hoping that in due course we will have succeeded in fighting all the violent crimes that pervade the entire country today.
It is a nationally acceptable fact that Akpabio's policy on education in the last 5.5 years have been in line with the advice of UNESCO, as he has committed colossal state resources to the development of the sector. For instance, on assumption of office, on account of the rot he met, Governor Akpabio declared a state of emergency in that sector.
So we decided that when we enter a primary school or a secondary school, we will not do that show, but that was a political show. We will intervene in all the buildings in that primary school. And when we enter a secondary school, we intervene in all the buildings in that secondary school. So don't be surprised after very long way. You may talk to the left or right, and you see red road. Sometimes they talk to the red road.
When I came, the infrastructure was too bad. There was not one classroom that the children can stay. But the governor of this state, by the special grace, decided to republish the school completely and even built a new structure for the children.
With the declaration of free and compulsory education, better funding with attendant availability of instructional materials, as well as teaching aids, renovation, and building of new schools and classroom blocks, the construction of laboratories, libraries, vocational training workshops in the schools cutting across the 3 senatorial districts, it therefore was a natural cause-to-effect sequence that there was an upsurge in enrollment in primary and post-primary institutions in the state. Dropouts and the poor can now go to school free of charge.
Free and compulsory education is really accepted because it has given the chance for the less privileged to be educated. We can see this from the number of people coming in for admissions, people of all ages.
He has done very much. You see, it is not easy to start such a lofty program and at least maintain it until now. In fact, it has been the best thing to happen to our school system.
Before he came in as governor in 2007, enrollment figure for pupils was slightly over 500,000, but increased astronomically to 931,337 by September 2008, while post-primary schools enrollment rose from 252,699 to 860,475 within the same period. It is on record that Akwa Ibom never promised the people free education prior to his assumption of office in 2007. To him, ensuring that the populace is well educated is an obligation for every sensible and responsible government. His free education policy derives from his vision to create hope and guarantee a bright future for the children of Akwa Ibom and other Nigerian children residing in the state.
A young boy goes with Akwa Ibom all the way from Okana, whose father died at the age of 6 months, raised by one mother with a lot of other children, struggled to finish primary school, could not even go to secondary school for about a year because there was no 10 naira to pay to become a day student. Even in a college that was built by his uncle, who was deputy premier of Eastern Region, Minister of Education. And from there, God raised him, God guided him, and he came and he became a governor. Will that person forget the fact that 10 naira can stop a child from having his future? That is why I declare free education. No child should be left behind in Akwa Ibom State as a result of circumstances of his birth. No child should be denied the opportunity to become a professor because when he was born, his mother or his father died. It doesn't matter where you come from. Every person in this state should become the brother's keeper.
Road construction, water, free education. I'm telling you, Chief Obafemi Awolowo was reincarnated in Akwa Ibom.
In Lagos, 1955, Chief Obafemi Awolowo declared free education there. Here, in this part of the world, this is the first time this thing happened. This is the best thing that ever happened to Akwa Ibom State.
To give teeth and legal backing to the free and compulsory education policy, the governor signed into law the Akwa Ibom State Child Rights and Protection Law 2008, which ensured that every parent or guardian send his or her ward to school. According to the law, anyone who flouts the provision of the Act risks about 3 months in jail or 50,000 naira, or both on conviction.
A unique component
of the free and compulsory education policy is the subvention regime paid to schools heads to cater for logistics, leading to abolition of all forms of levies in the schools. 100 naira per head per child is paid to schools head at the primary schools, while 300 naira is paid to post-primary schools. There was no discrimination in the policy, as both indigents and not indigents are given equal treatment.
I must confess, the quality of education is Akwa Ibom State is very good. I am coming from River State, far down interior, coming down here because of the way I heard about the school. I also thank the governor of Akwa Ibom State for giving us free and fair education, which allow us to go to school even without school fees.
Another component of the education policy is the payment of examination fees for all candidates taking the West African Senior School Certificate and National Board for Technical Education examinations in public schools. Also, text and exercise books, desks, science equipment, and other accessories are provided on continuous basis. This is in addition to recruitment and training of more teachers. One of the key factors for the success of the policy is the appointment of education monitors who ensure strict compliance with the provisions of the policy. Special Assistant to the Governor on Education Monitoring shares his experience on their success and challenges.
We deployed in every school what we call volunteers. Every school initially had a volunteer because we discovered that the so-called impact of our private schools is not because of the infrastructure they have that is better than the government. It's not. It is not because they have more qualified teachers than government. It's not. It is not because they pay more than government. It is not. It is in the area of supervision. Every private school has what is known as a proprietor. And the proprietor stays there from morning till 4 o'clock. Since he is in charge, he pays the teacher. No teacher moves out. So we decided to deploy to every school a mini proprietor called volunteers. And these were retired teachers, principals, education inspectors, and so on from various communities. Because we knew that every community has such skilled manpower. So we deployed them. And with that, we were able to enforce the free education policy that no school today charges a kobo.
To the credit of the Akwa administration, the expansion of schools' populations is continually tackled through massive rehabilitation and construction of school blocks. So far, over 2,500 public schools buildings across the state have been renovated, in addition to the construction of new ones. At every stage of these developments, the children are happy.
The government has tried so much to provide this free and compulsory education for us. He has provided so many things, books and other things. We don't pay school fees, neither we pay brooms.
Free and compulsory education in Akwa Ibom State has really helped people, the less privileged ones that do not have opportunity of being in school, the poor people that hug. Since it is compulsory, everybody will have to be in school. So I think it has really helped those that parents could not afford to send to school.
As a product of the free and compulsory education.
Okay.
So I want you to take this thing to the government and show it to them that this is the product of the free and compulsory education. That the free and compulsory education have created an impact in the life of students in Akwa Ibom State. I am from a poor home.
Yeah.
Because of financial problem, was unable to go to school.
Yeah.
But the free and compulsory education have molded me up to be an author today.
Okay.
From a hawker to an author today.
Tertiary institutions have not been left out of Akpabio's magic wand in the education sector. While the University of Uyo, a federal institution in the state, has had over 3.1 kilometers of its internal road network tarred, Akpabio's administration has also built additional lecture theatres, moot court, as well as hostel blocks. These interventions have led to the recovery of about 28 courses that were deaccredited by the Nigeria University Commission, NUC.
The majority of the people you are talking about are Akwa Ibom children. More than 50% of those who have access to the University of Uyo are from Akwa Ibom State. Why should I allow such a segment of the population to go without education or to suffer? So the reality is that I don't want to care what is federal. What I care about is what facilities are Nigerians using. What facilities are Akwa Ibom people using. You go there, muddy grounds, no road in over 35 years. I went there, I intervened. I had 3.1 kilometers of internal roads for the university. Of course, you see, the assistance we gave to the university has resulted in what you are hearing today. Enhanced courses. 28 courses have now got accreditation. almost all the courses now are up and doing. The university is seeing a lot of progress.
Akwa Ibom State University at Ikorakpaden in Pareni local government area with another campus at Obiokpa in Oruwanam local government is fully operational. The evidence on ground on both campuses is proof that Akwa Ibom State government is committed to building a true citadel of learning since Governor Akpabio picked up the certificate of commencement of academic activities on 5th October 2010. The school is blessed with well-equipped classrooms and laboratories from the Physical and Applied Sciences Department to the Agriculture and Animal Sciences Department. The Vice-Chancellor of the institution, Professor Sani Peters, in a chat with Uncommon Transformation TV crew, explains that the institution has the best engineering department in the country and also blessed with equal teaching staff.
Primarily, it's been a question of equipping the institutions at the levels that they are supposed to operate. As tertiary institutions, they should be specialized. There ought to be a lot of equipment and libraries and ICT services. And these have been brought on visibly, tangibly, and very satisfactorily because we are, in terms of the second year of study in a university or year 2 work, we are ranked among the best in the engineering faculties in this country at the year 2 level. But as we grow on, and we are preparing very substantially for year 3, then year 4, 5, then a full undergraduate program is put in place. So it has been a lot of facilities and a lot of infrastructure that we have received, and that makes a world of difference. And also initially, a point of departure from other universities in the country is the fact that we have been 100% residential. The students are here on campus, and there are cafeteria services and laundry services. If you go to other universities, they basically allow the students to provide their meals.
Other institutions include College of Education Afaranset, the Polytechnic Ikora Surwa, Police Secondary School, both at Ikorekpene, also the School of Arts and Science, Nowokameni local government area. All these and many more have benefited from this administration.
I've been in this school for 1 year. This school is capable of training us. For example, there are 60 students who are going to sit for the exam in the next 1.5 years. They do extra lessons. The teachers are really making effort. They don't miss their period. They make sure they come to school at early hours. In practical aspects, for example, science students in physics, chemistry, and biology, we've covered SS2 syllables and we're yet to finish. The school is really trying. The labs are equipped. The library, the books there are standard.
I want to commend His Excellency. In fact, he single-handedly built this school and handed over to the police. If you look at it, the structure on the ground, is what I say will stand a test of time. The structure here is in conformity to what I've seen in other federal government colleges. People are now started leaving other school to come here.
A goldfish, they say, has no hiding place. In tandem with this, the efforts of the administration of Godswill Akpabio to reposition the education sector have not gone unnoticed, as this has won the governor several honors and awards as well as honorary doctorate degrees both locally and internationally. In faraway Ghana, Governor Akpabio was honored Exams Ethics Marshal 2009. Conversely, National Association of Parents Teachers Association of Nigeria NAPTAN in its 5th triennial conference in Akwa Ibom State 2009 conferred on him the most education-friendly governor in Nigeria. Still in line with the reputation and accolades the governor has earned over the past 5 years of this administration, recently, during a town hall meeting titled The Beam of Hope for Future Generations, Quality Education, held in Uyo, the Akwa Ibom State capital, the Honorable Minister of State for Education, Nyesom Wike, told Governor Akpabio that the federal government, in recognition of his quantum support for the growth of education in the state and the larger Nigeria, has decided to site its first vocational training school for the South-South zone in Akwa Ibom State. Wike says Akpabio has proven that it can be done, noting that his efforts have lent credence and support to Mr. President's initiative in the education sector.
That Mr. President has decided to support the efforts of the state government in these schools. And has also made that in the South-South, as the South and Bible says, right now, the South and Bible says, the kind of representative support the government of Bible says to the programs. And the result of the President is very uncommon.
Governor Akpabio, obviously delighted with the development, described the gesture as an uncommon approval coming from an uncommon president. He seized the opportunity to espouse some of his thoughts on the education sector in the state.
So we are not only doing basic education, we are also doing targeted education. We are targeting education at the areas most needed by Nigeria today. That is why we have over 300 Akwa children sponsored by my organization abroad.
That the world today has become a global village rests squarely on the advent of information communication technology, ICT. In the words of the governor, education must have global relevance. Therefore, anyone who must not be left behind and become relevant must key into it. That Akwa Ibom children must not be left behind and be able to compete on equal pedestal with their peers globally, Governor Akpabio invested in the e-library, a strong education backbone in ICT. It is the first of its kind in the West African sub-region, boasting of more than 16 million downloadable e-documents, over 2 million e-books full-text downloadable, over 14 million electronic research e-journals articles full-text downloadable without restrictions, 80,000 questions and answer tertiary exams practice tool, interactive social blogging and forum, and many more. Mr. President commissioned it not long ago. Chief Librarian, University of Uyo Professor Felicia Etem, while fielding questions from Uncommon Transformation TV crew, emphasized that there can be no substitute to e-learning in the world of today, and its coming on stream in Akwa Ibom will make Akwa Ibom child not only globally relevant, but improve reading culture as well as expose research done by Akwa Ibomites to the world.
With the revolution in ICT all over the world, technology is changing per second. What Governor Godswill Akpabio has succeeded in doing here at the e-library by initiating this project is to create an effective interface for business, for education, for pleasure, for all groups of individuals, from kindergarten through youth to the elderly, the aged. So in doing this, by providing that virtual environment for everybody to key in to technology, like from 1st of next month, the e-library is going to begin training of Akwa Ibom students, children, towards the use of this library, thus enforcing the implementation of the targets.
She also noted with delight that since Governor Akpabio came on board in the state, the fortunes of education has revolutionized. Since its unveiling, the e-learning center has become a mecca of some sort, as notable Nigerians and foreigners from the academia, business and politics have been there to see things for themselves. The people of Akwa Ibom will remain eternally grateful to a visionary leader who has brought them to limelight and taken their rightful places among the Committee of States in Nigeria. The people call it uncommon transformation.